Happy full moon, happy full strawberry moon in Capricorn, beautiful souls. This is Karen with Manna Delight, and I'm here to do a full moon reading for you. I have some energy updates, just like I always do, just talk about what's going on, what I feel is relevant and not relevant. I have a couple of announcements. One is about Twin Souls Network, which is my other YouTube page, which has been inactive. I started it a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. Yeah, almost 2 years ago. And with the intention of doing interviews of twin flames, and then of course, just the journey happened and it was put on the back burner. However, I feel really guided to get it back up and going, and so it will be. And I do have some twins already lined up to be interviewed on that channel. And then I've had some of you email me and regarding it, and if you would like to be interviewed, if you feel like your story would be beneficial and help someone, if you have a gift that you want to share, I am open to listening to what you would like to present. So just shoot me an email. Oop, the Hermit. Shoot me an email. If you are a same-sex twin, I would be greatly interested in interviewing you. I may start out with a few of those. I want to put the focus on same-sex twins in order to dispel any judgment regarding same-sex twins. There is still a lot of judgment, especially within the religious community, of course, but even within the spiritual awakened community, there's still a lot of judgment around same-sex couples. And so of course, it is not to be judged. It is divine, it is perfect, and it's real and it's loving, and there are same-sex twin flames out there. So I'm going to highlight those at first to dispel any judgment and to clear that lie and distortion out. So there's that. But if you are same-sex and are interested, or if you're not same-sex and still are interested in an interview, just reach out to me via email. I leave that information always below. And then I will leave the Twin Souls Network Facebook page. There is a Twin Souls Network Facebook closed group, but this is the page that will be linked to these interviews. So if you'd like to add me there, go right ahead and do that. If you would like to go ahead and subscribe to the Twin Souls Network, I will link that below as well, so that you can. And so I think I'm going to insert that video into the middle of this one, so you just that. There's people, places, and things that a lot of us have to move on from, and you don't know it until it's revealed to you. But the closer that we get and the further we go down our journey, you will have things unveiled to you when the time is right. And because things are not as they seem most of the time. People are not as they seem most of the time. And this is just reaffirming what you need to know regarding what's for your highest good and what's not, and where you belong and where you don't belong. So it's important that you keep moving forward, and if it's not serving you, you get it out of the way. And you always know, there's always that ping in your gut. There's always something telling you, can see it. But if you're interested in that reading is now available, and the information for that and all of my other readings and sessions below is below. So okay, there's that. Also, my artwork. If you follow me on Instagram, I post pictures of my artwork. There's some of them back here. You can see there's this one. This one's spoken for. It's the free as fuck. And then there's the angel wings, and then there's the blue butterfly. But any of them can be recreated. So if you are on my Instagram and say, oh my God, I love that, I'd really like to have that, then if you're interested, shoot me an email, and then we will work out a purchase and I can ship it to you. But the Angel Wings is my newest one, and it is beautiful. And you can see a better updated picture of it on Instagram, a closer view of it. Now, the energies. Oh, one more thing. All of this is, besides these few brief announcements, when I begin to talk about the energies and I talk about how we should be responding and giving my best advice for what should be going on, you know, how you should be responding to certain things, what's happening within the community, when I'm dispelling my wisdom, this is part of the reading as well. If you want to fast forward to the actual reading, do you. That's cool. I don't have an issue with that. I do take issue, however, when you post a comment below, not even really, you don't even thank me for my video or the free reading, you're just time stamping when the actual reading starts for everybody else. That will be deleted. That's, I feel, is disrespectful. And so I will delete that comment. It is disrespectful because you're not taking my whole message. This is time spent towards helping everyone as well. It is a channeled message. It is wisdom that's coming through from my knowing and remembrance of who I am and what I'm doing here and the twin flame journey. So all of it is beneficial. And if, like I said, if you feel the need to skip ahead and soak up another free reading, by all means go right ahead. But if you do disrespect me by putting a timestamp down below, it will be deleted. That's just an FYI, and I have every right to do that. This is my channel. So there's that. And then I feel the energy and which I have been going through this, I have been very vocal about my lessons in discernment when dealing with other twins and other people within the awakening ascension community. I'm very vocal about that, and I'm very vocal about distortions. So when I've been going through this discernment, but what you may be finding now, because I feel like this is the energy of it right at this time, is lessons in discernment and in finding out who is light, who is dark, who has distortions, who doesn't, who is your soul family, who isn't. All of these things are being illuminated, and this is a full moon, so it's really prevalent right here, right now. But I had already been previously going through a lot of that, but I realized that a lot of you are just now coming into it because of the emails that I get. Because I am so vocal about distortions, I am one of the channels that gets lots of emails when there is something going on. Okay, and when someone emails me and says, did you see this channel? Did you see what they're saying? This is not the truth. This is blah, blah, blah. And so then, you know, we go into that whole spill. Well, first thing I say to them is, bravo. Kudos. You've seen it. That's one of the things about when we're going through these stages of disclosure and illumination and having our discernment tested and the veils lifted. It's huge just having the clarity and being able to see it, because 9 times out of 10, if not all 10 times, the person who is distorted can't see it. They themselves can't see the distortion, and they think they're okay, and they think everything's all right and what they believe, and it really is okay deep down. When we begin to dissect it, it really is, because it is something that they choose, and we don't know what they're doing. So when someone reaches out to me, and I've had several doing that, this means that you guys are using your discernment. It means that you've got it, you've seen it, and you said, okay, I don't want no part of that. And so you've either backed off or you've reached out and said, what should we do? Should we tell everybody? Should we warn others? And my guidance and my response is always emphatically no. Number one, we don't warn because there's really nothing to fear. The dark has not won, the dark will never win, and they have no control or power over us. We are powerful sovereign beings, and when you start grasping your multidimensional nature and the power of who you truly are, you will lose your fear. And so there's nothing that they can do. However, there is things that can get in, energies and distortions that can get in and cause an interference within your energy field. So it's important to protect your energy field. And what I suggest everyone do is protect yourself with the 12D shield, a pillar of light. There's really an awesome pillar of light incantation in here, which I am going to pull one of these cards today as well. But I do this incantation for the pillar of light, which is a protection. And it's just saying I don't want any energies interfering in what's going on. I don't need any setbacks. I don't need anyone sucking or siphoning off of my energy. And so you've put up this protection. I really highly recommend before you go to sleep as well that you put some sort of protection around you while you're sleeping, because you are out there traveling, you are out there doing some things, and you don't want any other energies attaching to you. So I feel like it's a good idea. And what you do is you just command your sleep and you say, this is what I want to do while I'm sleeping. I realize that I have things that I need to complete, but I would like to have my DNA upgraded. I would like to have some rejuvenation. I would like to have my organs working at their optimal performance. I would like to have my stomach or digestive issues or anything going on worked out, my body healed. Basically, please take me to a healing chamber, or I don't understand this, please help me to remember this, please give me a dream. You can set an intention before you go to sleep, and after you've protected yourself, you say what is going to happen to you while you're sleeping. And you're not just out there willy-nilly astral traveling and all this and that, and your energies are not protected. Because I do feel it is important that you seal and protect your union space at all times. And there doesn't mean that there's anything to fear, but there are energies that are not for your highest good, and there are energies that would cause interference and knock you out of alignment. So this is why this is important. No fear here whatsoever. So, and then the second thing I tell people when they reach out regarding someone else is there is no judgment. So I've never been guided to out someone. I've never been guided to say, hey, you're a liar and what you're saying is not true and you're leading people astray and all this and that. The guidance that I got is that they are there doing what they need to do. And everybody's here doing what they need to do. If you are pursuing your path and you are not following the leader and you're trusting your own intuition and you're standing in your own power, you are progressing on your journey on where you need to go. And what you need to do and what you need to remember. And you're fulfilling your soul's purpose. This is what you're doing. Then it's easier for you to disregard what somebody else is doing because you're focused on what you need to do. You're focused on your own journey. So my guidance has always been, let them do what they need to do, because there's obviously a group of people that maybe still need to learn a lesson in discernment by dealing and listening to these people. These people may be drawing all kinds of other beings that either assume they're here on a twin flame journey or have attached themselves to the twin flame journey, or just have attached themselves to the distortion, period. Because we don't know what everyone has chose to do. We don't know what's going to happen. There may be some karmic playouts that need to happen. So this is where surrender comes in. And surrender is the opposite of controlling a situation. So we don't need to interject and get out there and warn everybody, hey, they're false. What we have to do within our own true twin flame circle is just shine brighter. Let the truth speak for itself, because truth does speak for itself. You don't have to defend truth. You don't have to argue truth. It just is the truth. And Everyone else has a different truth according to what you believe and according to your resonance and according to what you remember is what you are going to continue to create for your journey. So when I say it's all is well and it's all good, it really, really is. So staying out of judgment. Now, there is a line of where you've made a judgment call of saying, that's not for my highest good. It does not mean that you've crossed the line to judgment of this person. So you're well within your rights to say, this energy I want no part of. This distortion I want no part of. I don't even know what she's saying. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not even resonating at all. And you have every right to say, that's not for my highest good. And you're making a judgment call. It does not mean you're judging the person. It doesn't mean you're saying, hang them high, burn them at the stake, we're on a witch hunt. It's not that you're saying that and you're judging them on their outcome, or judging and saying what should happen to them because they are saying this or doing that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because it's all going to work out in the end. Everybody is going to make it on their journey. And like I said, the light wins, the dark does not win. And so that is my advice. And if you don't have to speak out against it. Unless you've been guided to do so, then you are most likely, thank you, Judgment popped out. And this is a card about letting go of the past, and it is forgiveness, and it's about freedom. And when I see this card, it always reminds me to release my judgment. Now me, of course, okay? It's human nature to judge because we have grew up with right and wrong. We have grew up in karma. These are all human things, and they're human aspects. So yes, and I myself have been caught in judgment, judging myself and others. Yes, and I can't admit that. If there's one thing that I have learned to do, and especially here recently, is embrace my shadow aspect of myself. And if you're paying attention, your twin is mirroring this to you as well, okay? They're going to mirror your shadow to you because most likely it's the things that you don't like about them is also an aspect of yourself that you don't like. If you are being rejected by your twin, it's most likely because you're rejecting yourself. If you're being ignored by your twin, it's most likely because you are ignoring yourself. If you don't feel love from your twin, it's because you're not loving yourself. All of this is the mirror aspect of your twin, and this is why they're so crucial to your own journey, is because they're going to mirror these things to you. And so there's a little bit of truth there. So like I was saying, the judgment aspect of it and the human aspect, okay? And when we first wake up on this journey, it's about us healing our past, our traumas, and healing from those things and letting those things go and washing over them with love and compassion and forgiveness. And this is the healing that I felt like a lot of us have completed. There are still human aspects that we're transcending. How will we have the ability to transcend all of these human aspects? By what's going on within us, by our DNA being upgraded, by all of these huge energy shifts that we've been having, by letting go of all of our belief systems, by staying into surrender and staying in the flow and not in resistance, is how we are going to get closer and closer to not being and living and being controlled by our human aspect anymore. Our human aspect wants to judge. Our human aspect, the ego mind, wants to punish somebody else. Our ego mind wants to see justice come to other people. And the truth of it still is that everybody has their own journey to work out. You don't know what their karma is. You don't know what they contracted to do. You don't know what they need to do. But if you stay in your lane, if you stay focused on your journey and just do your best on what you have to do, complete your healing, and then comes in that self-mastery of mastering your human aspect. If you have a trigger fuse and you get mad and you lash out at other twins or you lash out at other people for no reason, well, then there's something there that's triggering your anger. Are you to be banished to hell because you got angry or that you lashed out? No. But you're going to want to do better and transcend that anger. And this is what we're doing. We're transcending our humanness to become the angelic beings that we are and have them walk amongst the people here and helping humanity. That's, it's a mission that we came here to do. So you may be noticing that. You may be noticing some things about people being off, or they're just not for you, they're not resonating for you. Then that is not your truth. You are in pursuit of your truth. You're in pursuit of your truth. You're in pursuit of accepting yourself completely, your shadow aspect. And I have no problem saying what my shadow aspects are. I'm impatient. I've been judgmental, and I'm working on clearing that out. I don't want to be judgmental. I don't want to judge myself. And there's other shadow aspects, but I am loving those shadow aspects. It is a part of me, and I'm not in hiding regarding that. And the more that you can bring your shadow aspects and accept and love them, is the quicker that you're going to be able to transcend them. But if you're in denial of your darkness or the shadows that your human aspect bring to the table, then they're just going to keep repeating themselves. And this is where I've dealt with people who have been on these negative loops. That have been on negative loops, where they're just staying stuck and not moving forward. And that is one of the things that you will need to do, and that is accept yourself. Just love and accept every aspect of yourself. Okay? Whatever it is that's going on. If you are quick to anger or whatever it is, I'm just using that as an example, because I can be, especially in traffic. Oh my goodness, I can get very, very angry very, very quickly, because one thing that gets underneath my skin is stupidity. It's like, why are you doing that? Why are you holding up traffic? And you know what I mean? So I just get to be doing that, and it's just a trigger for me. And I have no problem with admitting that. And what I'm doing is I'm loving that part of me, so I can transcend it, so I can be better. But if you're in denial and not looking at it, then you're not integrating it and you're not transcending it. So these are things that are going to need to happen on your journey. You may say, I'm all healed. Well, you're still transcending your human aspects. So that's the energy update that I have of what I feel is going on. And there's more and more of this coming to light, because the more distortions that are revealed and more people that are coming awake and standing in their truth and standing in their authenticity and not afraid to speak their truth and not afraid to say, hey, I'm on a spiritual journey, I am awakened, and I am this, and standing in that truth, the more disclosure and illumination we will have. So that's what I feel is going on right now. And I gauge this off of the emails that I get and you know, just things going on within the community. And and it's getting extreme. And this is an analogy that my guides gave me, which I will show you. It's getting extreme. Like, you will see, like, if you're like, wow, I don't know about that person. I mean, I don't know if I can trust what they're saying. I don't know if I am resonating completely. That sounds like it's a distortion. Well, here's another thing I wanted to say about that is there are some extreme cases out there. If you're on YouTube and you're seeing all these YouTube channels, it's important that you know that not everybody out there is of the truth and is of the light and is a true twin flame. That's just a fact. But you'll see these things, and you're going to start seeing even more and more extremes. There are already some extreme examples and some extreme behavior coming from some of these channels. And I feel, and the analogy that I was given is like, you remember the old light bulbs? Like, I don't think the new ones, you know, the LED ones or the, you know, the twirly ones, I don't know if those are all LED, but before they, you know, the old light bulbs, you know, whenever they would get ready to burn out, they would shine so bright. And you're like, dang, that light bulb just kicked up into high gear. And I remember my grandpa telling me, well, it's getting ready to burn out. That's how you know it's getting ready to burn out, is because it goes crazy there at the end. And why that is, I don't know. I don't know the physical definition of why it really does that, but that was the analogy that was brought back to my remembrance regarding all of these extreme behaviors out there from different people, different channels out there. It's getting really extreme because it's getting ready to burn out. And you're going to start seeing more chaos. I mean, the news already is unbearable, and I don't watch news, but you know, I do have people mention it. You know, you'll be at the store and people in line will be talking about some horrible thing that happened. And I try to steer really clear of it, but it's obvious, and these things are really happening, and it's because the dark is trying to hold on. And when something's getting ready to be taken out or dismantled, it will grasp, and it will be something outrageous or something extreme. So if you're seeing this within some channels, just know that it's getting ready to dismantle. And there's really nothing that we need to do other than staying in surrender to the journey and staying on our own path and in our own truth. There you have it. That's my best advice on that. And we're going to do a full moon reading. I need to get this more situated here because I'm going to need a little bit of room to spread these cards out. Okay. All right, so let's just get to shuffling. Like I said, I'm going to pull an Isis card too at the end. I have the Whispers of Love. This is the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, which is my favorite when doing readings. And then I have some clarifiers, but we're just going to see what's going on within the dynamic with this new moon. Mars is in retrograde as well, which has already started. We have some eclipses in July. So I'm thankful for all these energies. I'm thankful that the time has sped up and we are being helped and being assisted, and you know, all these planetary shifts that are happening are all to help us on this journey and help humanity and helping to awaken a lot of people. The more people that awaken, the better the situation's going to be. And we're all going through a transformation and we're all getting on board. So okay, that's like 5. So I'm thankful for all of that. I'm thankful for all the eclipses and that shift the energy to help awaken more souls and gets us closer to our destination. Time has picked up. I'm thankful for that. Like, I mean, it's what? It's 1. It's after 1, and I intended to do this in the morning, and I just got busy cleaning, and time got away, and I'm like, wow. I was just going to clean up for a little bit and do my reading, and it's 1 o'clock. So, I mean, time is really, really, really fast right now. It keeps getting faster. 6 cups on the bottom of the deck, I just noticed. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right. June 28th. June 28th, 2018. King of Cups wanted to come out. What are the energies for the twin flames, the true twin flames, right now? The Queen of Wands. Well, that is me. I am the Queen of Wands. Sagittarius. When I see wands, I see fire, I see passion. The 2 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So it can feel like this right now, a stalemate. It can feel like that energy. The energy of the Divine Masculine is the Ace of Swords. Challenge for the Divine Masculine, the Knight of Wands. Yes, indeed. And what did I do last time? I think I did a different one for that last time, and I really liked it. Yeah. The Whispers of Love. I'm going to pull the Whispers of Love for how the masculine is feeling, what's in his heart space regarding the feminine. Whispers of Love. These give other good messages, so we're going to see which one wants to come out. Ooh, actions speak loudly. Nice. Okay. So then I'll do the feminine energy. The King of Wands. We got a lot of wands going on. Challenge the Devil for the feminine. How is the feminine? What's in the feminine's heart space for the masculine? How are they feeling? Romance. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love that. Okay, so what is the masculine projecting towards the feminine? The Magician. This always represents the higher self of the masculine being here. Oh, you guys, excuse my burn. I burnt myself on the stove. On the oven, actually, on the rack. I touched. Oh. It was pretty bad blister. And then what is the feminine projecting towards the masculine? The Emperor, major arcanas. Love that. Okay, so the 2 of Swords. is this energy of stalemate. But what I feel like with this is just we are in that energy. Not necessarily that we're stuck, but we are in the energy of not really being blindfolded, okay? And just at a standstill, just really needing to make some decisions, having trouble with making those decisions. And that's why I'm thankful for this full moon, because I feel like it's really going to start bringing in some clarity, because we really don't, you know, it's like, it feels quiet. It feels quiet to me. It feels like there's, not that I've lost contact with my guides or my higher self or anything like that. I'm still getting messages and downloads and things like that, but it just still feels, the energy feels quiet, like there's a pause. You know, we're integrating, I know, right now, but with all of these energies coming in, we have been kind of like at this spot where we weren't really moving forward. So that's the underlining energy. This also can, I feel, represents both masculine and feminine, where it's ideal for us to step out of this energy and make a decision towards our future on what we're going to do next, what our next move is going to be. So the energy of the masculine is, the Ace of Swords. This is a new beginning. This is authentic. This is truth. This is the masculine ready to start out in something new, ready to be truthful, ready to be authentic, ready to embrace this journey. Great energy for the masculine, beautiful. It's an ace, and it is new beginnings, and they're under that energy where they really want to move forward, where they're like, okay, I see this, I get this, this is my truth, this is who I am. I can't hide the signs, I can't disregard the signs, the dreams, the synchronicities. My truth, my soul is pushing out. My soul, the truth of who I am, is coming to the surface, and they're under that energy, so that's beautiful. Their challenge is the Knight of Wands, and this is the taking action. This is the communication of the wands, the passion, the fire, the movement forward. So this is the challenge that they're facing, is to, you can know the truth, you can see the truth, you can be under that energy of truth and authenticity, and really wanting to start a new beginning, and really wanting to start it with your divine feminine. But then there's that execution that needs to happen, and you need to communicate that to your feminine. You need to tell your feminine, hey, I know who I am, I know who you are, and this is truth, and I do see it, and I have been getting the signs, and I have seen the dreams, and I know it's the truth. I know it is my truth. I know you are my future. And speaking that out passionately. Not like, oh, yeah, I get it. It's saying, I want this true. And being passionate about it. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. So this is what's in the masculine's heart space regarding his divine feminine. So this is where he knows that he needs to take action. He knows he needs to take this action. He knows that it's going to speak louder. He knows he needs to come forward boldly and proclaim and claim his divine feminine. He knows this. And this is in his heart. And this is the urgency of his heart. This is the urgency of his soul. I need to do something about this. I don't need to just, communication is doing something, and it would be welcomed by all of us. I already know. Just talk to me, damn it. I get it, but he knows in his heart he has to do something. He has to show you that he gets it. He has to show you that there is love there. And this is in his heart. And this is what his soul is pushing him to do right now. With this full moon. What he is projecting towards you is the Magician. The Magician, I always it represents the masculine's higher self. Whenever I'm doing readings and this Magician comes up, then I know that that person that I'm reading for, their masculine higher self, is very close. And that means that there's been an merging, that you've merged on another dimension. It's not that, you just know that person, but you've merged in the 5D, and your masculine's higher self is around you, helping you. And they always are, and they're always giving you messages, and they're always trying to communicate with you, and they're always channeling things to you to help you. If you're watching and looking, and not just spying on what they're doing in the 3D, but if you're tuning in and reading between the lines, they're always encouraging you. And if you hear them in your head, like the majority of us do, their words are beautiful and they're encouraging. And I haven't done so many poems recently, but I've done other poems of my Divine Masculine, giving me a poem, a beautiful poem from the Divine Masculine, just about our love. And some of them they all move me to tears, because that's me. I'm a softie, but they're beautiful messages coming from the Divine Masculine. This is the truth of who the Divine Masculine is the love, remembering the love. And a recent one from my Divine Masculine was that she said it was so beautiful just that we found each other in this lifetime. That's beautiful, and it is beautiful, and it's so touching. But this is what they're projecting forward, is that I'm with you, I'm manifesting this. And so don't ever think that your true twin is not manifesting union with you. They're close to you, they love you, they are trying to get messages to you, to keep you going, to keep inspiring you. And this is what they're projecting, is that I'm manifesting this. I'm using all of my powers to make this union happen. Just keep moving forward. I'll meet you in the middle. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Energy of the feminine is the King of Wands. This, to me, when I first seen this, I heard manifestation. So the feminine is under this energy of the King of Wands, which is manifesting. King of Wands is secure. He's manifested in the physical. He's grounded. So the feminine is under the energy of manifesting this also in the physical. Wands represent physical and passionate. And so the feminine that's the energy of the feminine, is manifesting this, grounding this. So stay grounded. The challenge for the feminine is the devil, and I'm going to have to pull some clarifiers on the devil. When I see the devil, it means a distortion to me. I've just set that up with my guides, that it means a distortion. It means bondage, because this card is very similar to the Lover's card, but I feel like it's the opposite of the Lover's card, because the Lovers are free, and this couple is bound. So let's pull some clarifiers. I'd like some clarifiers, please, on the devil as a challenge for the divine feminine energy. And if this doesn't resonate to you, then it's, this isn't for you. And this may be for not all. Yeah. Okay. But for some. Okay, we have the Palace, which I think this is the Palace. If it's not the Palace, then it's the Tower. Let me just, no, I'm gonna trust it. But it represents a block. And it's not like the original Tower in traditional tarot. It's totally different. It's representing a block, okay? And that is because there is a choice. And we see that reflected in the bottom of the deck energy, which is that Two of Swords. So this means there is movement that is being required on the feminine part. There's a choice. There's a restriction. And this is one. This is a beginning. This is the Rider. This is like the Knight. And she has the letter there. And her messenger satchel there. So I feel like what it's representing, and like I said, this is for some, and for someone out there, that there's a block. And there's a decision that has to be made in order to start this new beginning. It's significant that this card comes up and that this is on the bottom of the deck. So it's a real deal. So something is blocking, something is holding you back. The Devil card can represent an addiction. An addiction is holding you back. It can represent negative thought forms. So you take it for whatever it is that could be holding you back from your new beginning. And I'm noticing the rainbow down here. I'm drawing my attention to the rainbow, and it looks like the Rainbow Bridge. So it's almost like you're stuck at a crossroads and you need to cross the bridge. Or you need to bridge the gap, I'm hearing as well. The distance between you needs to be bridged. And so what we're saying with this about the bondage is that you need to set yourself free from something. Whatever this restriction is in your life, whatever the block is, you have to set yourself free from that. And you have a choice to do that. So you can stay stuck in your addiction. And like I was talking at the beginning of this, when I was talking about your human nature, which we can't help, and it's all good and it's okay, and we're getting there. And like I said, all of the DNA upgrades and all the shifts and and everything that's happening from changing our light body is all getting us on board where we are going to be able to transcend our human nature. But there's something obvious on a physical level that needs to go. There's some sort of something, whether it is negative self-talk, whether it is fear, whether it is judgment. There's a block. And in the very, very beginning, when I started this, when I was going through my purging and my healing, and when I was trying to make sense of it, I released a video very early on, just little ramblings of me, and I was shown a picture of bricks, and I had drew a picture, and I believe it's on my Instagram, I'm not 100% sure, but of what these bricks are that we have around our heart that needs to be taken down. And there were so many of them, but fear's them, judgment is them that are blocking from true love to enter. Self-abnegation, guilt, shame, whatever it is, there's something, and it's going to be different for everyone. There's something that you have a choice to change. You have a choice to get off of whatever this negative thing is in order to start your new beginning. So it's very much about action for the feminine as well. You're under this energy of passionate manifestation in the physical. And the wands is about action to me. It's doing something. It's being passionate. It is fiery. It's let's do this. So you're under this energy. However, there is something within your physicalness that is a block. And this is what this full moon is about. It's going to illuminate what it is for you that you need to clear. Because we're in this physical reality, and the feminine is here in the physical, awake and aware. And there's something holding you back. And like I said, it's going to be different for everyone. And you may know immediately what it is. But this is another thing that we're clearing out. All of our physicality, all of our human nature, all of that is going. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to beat yourself up or do. It's all happening. This is what is happening for us. It's what we're releasing, all of our physicalness, all of our humanness. But if there is something, be aware and just creating the awareness of it. Oh, okay, yeah. I am addicted to sugar. And I am addicted to sugar. Alright, that's not too good for me. That could be holding me back. I probably need to take a look at my sugar intake. Whatever it is. Whether it's drugs, maybe it's alcohol. Maybe you like a glass of wine and it turns into a bottle. And you can't function the next day. And that could be holding you back. Whatever it is, you'll know. And you're transcending it. That's what this is about. This is what that illumination period of the full moon is about. Is to illuminate an area for you to become aware of. And when you are aware of it, then it starts to automatically and naturally begin to work out of your system. The feminine's heart space for the masculine is romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. So the feminine has the love for the masculine, absolutely. And I feel like the feminine is craving this affection and attention, and is almost sending that out, like I am requiring some attention, I'm acquiring some affection, and then this is in the heart space, and the masculine's receiving that message and knowing, okay, I know, I see it, I get it, I know I need to make some actions, and this is the challenge for the masculine as well. And the feminine is projecting towards the masculine the Emperor. And the Emperor is a masculine energy, but it is the boss. He's the boss. He's in charge. He's powerful. So I feel like the feminine is saying, along with the masculine who's saying, I'm manifesting this. I feel like the feminine is saying, I'm getting my power back. I'm getting my boss back. I'm getting it back. I'm doing what I need to do to get it back. And it's important that the feminine does stand in her power. Very important. All right, real quickly, I've got to do my Isis. Isis, we got to pull a card. Goddess Isis, what is your message for twin flames with this full moon, June 2018? The end of June, almost July. What's your message, please? There she is. Oh, abundance of Sothis. Stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Thank you, Isis. I'm going to put this candle here, set that there where you can see it. It's a golden wheat. Very beautiful card. All right, let's read what it says. Abundance, my lovelies. Abundance in many forms is flowing to you now, beloved. Intend right now to receive it. I receive it. Just decide to do so in your heart this very moment. The oracle of abundance of Sothis comes as guidance to expect increased flow and to continue your good works of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsibly flowing to you in many forms over and over again. And there's a lot to read here. And this is what I'm saying about one card says so much. There's like 4 pages. But there is an incantation, and it will help you to move back into peace and out of stress if you are worried about lack of abundance or feeling yourself getting caught in a pattern of negativity or struggle. Place your hand on your heart and speak from your heart. Star of Sothis, you bless me with abundance and peace. My wealth on all levels does increase. Through many channels I receive your flow. With wonder and gratitude I watch my wealth grow. I release all fear and doubt that would block your grace. Instead I focus on your shining stellar face. And I realize the love and safety within, the flow of great abundance now does begin. Beautiful, y'all. And that is what is happening for us. We're transcending struggle. We're just transcending pain and lack. And we're getting back to the flow of abundance. We're getting back to our unions, our physical unions with our twins, where our abundance is. And it's a beautiful thing. Blessings, my beloveds. Thank you so much for being here. And like I said, I will leave all of the information below that I talked about. Getting an Isis reading that I'm adding to my list, and Twin Souls Network. It's all going to be below. I thank you so much for being here. Many blessings. Beautiful, happy full moon to you. Namaste.